So when we get to that point, do you guys have sex every day?
That's a very interesting. Karibuni.
Welcome to our channel.
I've always wanted to do that.
Actually, you guys are now playing. You are playing Curtis and Soila. Yeah. Introduce the
yeah.
So hi guys. See you in the Curtis. Hi guys. So today there are some things we wanted to talk about. I don't know if Wacu has anything to say, but this is how we'll start.
Kusumbua.
Okay.
Yeah, so hi guys. Hi guys, my name is Robbie Omol. On the far left is Lynn Wacu, although that is your right, but my far left. And we have our guests here, the Forts. We're gonna have an amazing.
Thank you for having us, guys.
So welcome.
Thank you.
We're gonna have an amazing vlog today. A webisode.
Wait.
A YouTube video.
Who says that?
Kitu yoyote noma. Yes.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Don't
touch that dial. That dial. So,
Yeah, so he's done a very good introduction job there. I'm not sure he would pass for a formal TV station, but he passes
He
for
won't.
this
Did you
one.
see how his accent changed?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you. Let me just tell you.
I'm not having to talk like that. I
Camera na changing.
There's certain situations where Rob will just change his accent.
I've never had
all
it.
of a sudden. All of a sudden. And I'm just like, okay.
What is the I've never
That's who I
had.
am.
Your voice was mellow, was a bit horror.
They're lying.
No,
My voice is consistent, constant.
Just listen.
Let's get your consistent.
As for talking there, normally.
Yeah, we know you.
Where?
Like, yeah, knee jacket.
Yeah, I know. Nisha's Baba jacket.
Knee half coat, yet she has Baba people. But anyway, guys, yeah, it's going to be that fun. So, we have the Omols.
Actually, guys know Rob.
Yeah,
Remember the
Rob.
video I put last time of the show we went to.
oh yeah, the last vlog.
House.
Yeah.
So you saw this guy is performing. He's actually the 4 minutes first video, the pilot video, the background song. This is the voice behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a really good artist, both visual and audio as well.
We should,
So
we should show those corporate guys that we had know the owner.
Hey, we got a copyright claim and we know the musician. What's up with that?
So better you come. What were you when you're trying to
And the
claim?
system refused.
They need to
Yeah.
know.
When
They need to know we know the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy, so we can use your song in this video. But we are afraid of those copyright strike. Anyway, yeah, Curtis, what are we up to?
So these guys, him and his beautiful fiancée there,
Oh yeah.
these guys are getting married soon in a couple of months. And they have certain perceptions. They have certain perceptions about people who are married. And I think these are some perceptions that would resonate to a lot of you who are probably not married. And you look at married people and you're like, there's a time Leon Amto post joke. Ati, even me, I'm waiting until I get married. So that when somebody asks for salt, I'll go and say, let me consult my husband.
Oh yeah.
You made me realize that's another perception.
So people think this married couple, we have to talk about everything.
Consult
So,
about everything.
that and more conversations coming up. So basically it's them who are running this show as we're just answering their questions. So over to you whenever you're ready.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, let me go first.
Okay.
As you heard, so Rob and I are heading towards marriage, and I think even during when Curtis had told us about this trip, so we were wondering, okay, so what are we going to say? So let me just start the first thing we were talking about it today. As guys think married people spend their time together, like kabisa, everything. Day in, day out. Let's say you're going to work. I know, like you always spend your time together. You know, you wake up and just as in, basically, we just think my people spend all their time together.
For me, I think the first days you're excited.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a couple who didn't live together before that.
Yeah.
So that's not something you've experienced. Because I remember with Soila, by the way, we used to do everything together.
Oh.
Kuoga, tunaenda tunasugua.
Oh my god. You guys just say that. Oh my god.
Kukula, until Soila is somewhere, I can't eat food until Soila is
Yeah, he
home.
used to tell me, serious.
Yeah, until one day I was away and she ate.
It was actually a war.
I was
We fought.
heartbroken.
We actually fought.
She couldn't wait for me. Njaa ilikuwa
I
mingi.
was pissed at you. That's why I ate it.
Kasema kumbe hilo kwanza sasa ni movie.
Yeah.
So I think when you're starting out, there's a lot of excitement.
Yeah.
But anyway, also it depends on the nature of
Activity.
your work and activity.
Yeah.
Like for me and Katis, both of us are working on the same things. Like we've employed each other. So literally we're in the same office together. Okay, when you're working from home, same office together. When you're running, going for projects, literally we're driving together. Also depends on activities. Let's say if you guys are working in different offices, and then the whole day you'll be separate, and then during the evening, that's when you guys will be together. And then the weekends, that now we take more time being together, doing family activities. So yeah, it depends on the activities, but it's paramount that couples do take time to spend. It's good if you take time to spend time with each other all the time.
Yeah.
That kind of perception is there. And then if you guys love each other, I mean, come on, fight, you won't see us together. With the couples, you won't see them together.
Yeah, when they're fighting.
Yeah.
They're fighting.
What's
You
the
guys
other-
like that?
The worst part is when we fight, we are in
No,
the same space.
what the Soila does,
Yeah.
I think having a car imetusaidia. Because when we used to jump, tukikosana, Soila atatembea huko mbele so that people don't know we are together.
It's true, but
So nowadays tukiona kwa gari niko tu na wewe. Tunafuriana but you are there.
Yeah, we have to furiana, we have to correct. We might not be talking, but we are together.
Yeah.
That's the not the worst part, the beauty of always being together and doing things pamoja.
Yeah.
But do you go on individual dates? Like, wewe uende tu Java tu mekaa, unakunywa chai yako, you're reading your book, doing nothing, with doing something for yourself.
Without-
Let me tell you,
Without-
Aki, let me tell you, it has been really hard for me. I was telling him the other day, I'm so used to being with you. Also, even when we were dating, Curtis used to chase, not like after church.
Yeah.
I used to hang out around him. I used to hang around with him.
Yeah.
And Lotte is like, no, Soila, go hang out with other ladies. And I'm like, but we have
want to-
nothing
yeah.
common. Yes, I want to hang around here.
Yeah.
I used to be so hooked to him. I think also after marriage, I can leave him after service. I can just disperse and go to where other ladies are. Otherwise, I used to really hang on him too much, like a tick.
I think I'm also like that. Because me, there are times when I remember one Sunday.
And you guys serve in the same department.
Yeah, I really. And you see, people have this assumption that because we serve in the same department, we actually talk. And you know, there's a difference between. There are times we don't even speak, by the way. Like, Eli, you're so busy with this, he does this, he does that. And
But-
so there are times me, I really just want to,
Come here.
and then he's just like, babe,
I'm busy.
Just like, "Guy."
So when you're in the same department serving together, you don't even talk about your relationship, you talk about bringing that cable.
Yeah.
As it's work, we don't
it's
even.
work.
Yeah, and you see, so I think sometimes people have that assumption that just because we go to the same church and we don't live together, we spend time together, but it's actually
It's not.
Yeah.
On to the next question. This one is moto and
Fire.
So when people get married, the number one thing that everyone thinks of and knows that you are looking forward to
I know it.
is the fullness of the relationship, because mumesha connect mentally, emotionally, spiritually.
So you want to crown this thing.
So you want to crown this thing with sexually.
So sick.
Yes. So when we get to that point, do you guys have sex every day?
That's a very interesting. I always find it interesting how couples, especially in the context of people who are abstaining.
Yeah.
So people know this couple, they're abstaining, they're not having sex.
Yeah.
So people assume that when you get married, 24/7, breakfast, mid-morning, midday,
Actually, you don't even have
afternoon.
clothes.
No, it's not. it's not realistic. Even if you wanted to be that way, your body can't allow you. Your body will just give out at some point. So I would understand why people would have that.
Na kama unafanya exercise.
I know.
So you have the stamina.
I have the energy.
So it's not realistic. But it's understandable why people would think that.
So the question is, married people don't have sex every day, all the time. Okay, I can say every day. People can actually have sex every day. Because I mean, it's not like you're spending the whole day engaging in a sexual activity. But you can have it every day.
But not 365.
No, not 365 every day. You can have 365
days.
Not 6 times per day.
That's not possible.
That's not possible.
Unless you are onto some strange drug.
But you can.
I don't know.
But you'll be pushing it 6 times.
6 times
6 times a day.
Like which? Medic and no medication is given 6 times a day, unless like you're extremely sick. So I don't know.
Or you're really idle. Really idle.
You have to be high on psych. You have to be extremely idle. And you have to be. Hey, it's just. I don't know. Maybe you guys tell us. Maybe to know.
Drop a comment.
Is it possible?
Who will do that?
I know, right? But
no, the reason I'm asking is because I was listening to this sermon by Bishop Doug. Bishop Doug is a minister from Ghana. And he asked a couple, he didn't mention the name, but he asked a couple, how many times do you guys have sex? And they say maybe 5 to 6 times a day. So, and he was using that example to say how young people have more energy than the older people. The older people, it's not really a big deal. Even if they go a week without sleeping together, wako sawa. But watu wa young when you're 25,
there's a possibility.
It might be possible. Because I'm trying to remember
yourself
experience.
Don't spill the beans.
I'm not spilling the beans. They are still intact. But the preacher is saying the truth, because earlier in the marriage, because you're excited, you know, it's possible. But I don't think you can do that every day.
Every day you can have it.
You can't do that every day.
It's a once in a kind of
like even us when we're learning about fertility and stuff like that. Like for you to, you know, if let's say if a patient comes and tells you like, I haven't been able to conceive for this, that, and that, and that. The one question a medic should ask you is, how often do you have sex? Because standard, like, okay, rather what is, if you're having, like, at least you're having, every week you're having like sex 3 times a week or something. Because that is enough for you to conceive. So you see, the one for, but times a day.
Those ones who are like so desperate every day. It's impossible. If anything, you'll get so tired. If anything, I don't even think it's healthy. You're damaging.
Abuse.
It's actually too much of anything is actually abuse. That's abuse. But
that's interesting. Okay. The other perception. This one, the one Curtis mentioned is whereby I think like when, but I've not seen it with you guys. I've seen it with other people. They're just like, okay, so can we do this? Okay, I have to ask my hubby. Like you have to consult your spouse when you're doing everything, like every single thing. I know there are some that you have to, but others.
For an emergency, for example, let's say you guys are already married, and then she's pregnant, and you need a car, I can't start telling Soila, let me check with Soila if I can be able to remove the car. I'm like, see, that was just something that, you know.
I like that, but it's not about checking with the other partner if I'm supposed to do it. It's not seeking for permission. Sometimes it's just informing them. Like, oh, Wacu is in labor, I need to rush in. Like, oh, go. It's not just Wacu's in labor, can I go? I'm like, no. It's a place of, it's not seeking for permission, it's actually just informing. Because with wives and husbands, it's accountability purposes. Oh, Rob is in danger right now, I need to go attend to him. So I'm just informing you I'm going to attend to him. There are things when it comes to large money, that's when I like,
money
is it
matters.
okay? There are
matters.
levels that is it okay if I send this amount of money to Nani who and Nani who because they need it for this and this purposes? So there now you have a balanced response towards a request that someone has put in place. It's not just you're doing it for the sake of doing it. Kama Washo anataka hang out na mimi, I just tell Curtis, but then I'm going to be late because I'm hanging out with Washo. It's not like I'm asking for permission for me to hang out with you. It's I'm just letting him know I'm hanging out with Washo. I'm going to be late, or we won't be able to do this and this and that. So people are pushing it if it's for asking permission. Oh, my happy this, my happy that.
Actually, I think if somebody has to ask for permission for every single thing, probably they don't want to help you.
Yeah.
For example, so they want to hide under let me ask my husband.
What of trust?
In what sense?
I get the trust issue thing where somebody has to ask so that the spouse asimshuku. The spouse doesn't suspect that this person they're doing things behind my back. So maybe that's why you'd find somebody is asking all the time so that the spouse is now calm. Which also is another issue.
It's another issue, but but I think most people just do it for the sake of accountability. I know where my wife is, and I hang out on our show. I know this amount of money was deducted from our account because it was given to.
So that's how Fiji.
How Fiji. Just that with marriage, there's the sense of openness in every single thing, transparency.
The fourth question would be: we have heard this thing about his money, our money, her money,
her money.
Her money is hers, but mine is ours.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think my question would be, how do you people handle that aspect of, especially of money, knowing also that perhaps there's one of you who is like more of a spendthrift than the other. So
both of you are like stingy people who savers. Okay, both of you are savers in such, because there are those couples who are like that.
Yeah, there are couples who are both savers, but sasa kuna mwenye, here's a situation maybe where one is a saver and the other one is a spender.
It's true.
Yani ndio ikichomoka tutumie. So how do you handle that in marriage, and is that theory true? That theory for her money is her money, lakini ya mwanaume
kila mtu.
That theory is true to other people, to other couples, but how as we were brought up, how as we went through our premarital, because I know I had that mentality before before even I got married. I'm like, hey, this is my money. There are things, I mean, women have more needs than men. I need to go to the salon, I need to do this and all that. Now, and his money, I mean, his money needs to provide, pay bills, pay all these things, pay school fees. But for me, mine is for my own things, because I need this money. I need to keep myself looking pretty for my husband, So, but after going through premarital and just engaging with other couples, there's a balance that was brought on the table. That it is wise, because finances have brought divorces to yes. It's good, and it's just like for us, definitely, he knows every single money I make, every single coin I make, he knows. Every single coin he makes, I know. So what we have come up with, or what we were taught, is just have a pool that both of you, as in one pool of money for the marriage, such that now what I made we bring on the table, what he made we bring on the table, and then we distribute it to the bills that we are paying, and then there's my disposable income as a woman, there is disposable income as a man. So once we've paid all these other bills and then I have my money, he does not question me on how I'm using my disposable. I decide to go for shopping, I'll go for shopping, as in it's now mine. On the other side, if he decides to buy a new car, I mean, he can buy a new car with his own disposable money. So it's not like, I'm now limited as a woman or as a man, that every single coin or my money is mine and he does not know about it. There's openness, there's transparency when it comes to finances. I mean, how are we heading forward? Where are we investing? Where are we not investing? I might be keeping a lot of money, yet we're struggling to pay our bills, but I'm like, this is my money, I'm not gonna
But even I've been given that advice before, by the way. Even as well, trying to get married, like I was told I wouldn't enjoy my money because I'm getting married so young.
Wow.
Yeah, I was told that, and I was just like, that doesn't even make sense.
I think the problem with, especially some of the advice we get, because some is really good,
Yeah.
is that people advise you from their experience. They make the experience the law.
Okay.
And the problem is that sometimes the experience is not the best. Because you'll find somebody who probably they had a bad experience in their marriage and there were trust issues. So anachukua hiyo experience yake anakuwekea kwako, anasema sasa don't trust this person. Have your own hidden account somewhere because this person might shuka you. And probably for them it's coming from a place where they were disappointed.
It's coming from a wound.
From a wound.
Yeah.
But you see now that's a wound, you can't place that on somebody.
On everyone.
Because for me now, at the end of it all, there has to be the principle of trust and there has to be the principle of openness. Such that even if we don't have a general pool where we are both saving, I can easily access her account. No, we may not have the Curtis and Soila. It's good to have that. But you know, there are times life puts you in a place where you don't make as much money to have a common pool where monanini and you still remain in your house. Because unaweza pata a place where Soila doesn't, probably she's out of a job, na mimi peke yangu niko na job. So she's free to come and tell me, Curtis, I need something. And I'm like, okay, this is the money that we've made.
Yeah.
No. So she's free to access my account, I'm free to access hers. Whether there's a pool or not. It's not about the pool. It's a good idea, especially if you're working towards something. Like at the end of this period, we need to buy this and that.
Yeah.
So the pool helps. But you need to be open even beyond the pool. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And like where I'm a spender, okay, I am the spender in this relationship, in this marriage,
I'm
you are the
also
saver.
spending
Yeah.
this
And this, how do you bring
Soila
that balance?
believes money
It should
be
to be
used.
a better
is meant to be used.
ikujue.
Leave the earth empty.
I mean, that's my mentality. That used to be my mentality, but now I have the same.
Yeah, nowadays you are responsible.
I have become very responsible with money.
Good job.
I still cut it when I don't know where my money when I was single went to. I used to have. I actually cannot tell where my money is.
Soila alikuwa na pesa inaashwa. Haelewi vile pesa iko kwa bank. Inafanya nini kwa bank?
I just want to pass by a mall after work. I want to do this over the weekend. Just by the time it's karibu mwisho wa mwezi, I have no money and I earn good money. Next
You have a
question.
question.
I have a question for you, Soila.
Can you have it?
No, like as
Okay.
a woman, you know, there's this. I don't know. This has turned to be a question for
women.
Yeah, like for you as a woman, do you think how you there's this thing we're told how men are very visual and stuff like that. So how you present yourself, how you are as a woman affect, like, even you are that way before you got married. So when you're married, you're not supposed to change that.
change
Like, what do you
something.
have to say about that?
Like kulala na sijui
Na mastoki.
sijui stockings kwa kichwa sijui nini.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, men are visual, definitely.
Yeah.
And if anything, I think as a woman, it's not like I'm limiting him to just seeing me as an object in a way that he's also, the visual part I understand, but also me as a woman, definitely I want to put an extra effort to look good for my husband, you know, to please him, you know, in the way he looks at me. I'm like, wow, I like you, you look nice, you're beautiful, I like you, how you put your makeup. Kulala kwa kitamba, I think it's, with a kitamba, it's an agreement that you can make. There are those ones of like, I hate your stocking.
Yeah.
There are those ones, do you hate my turban?
No, mimi sijaongea.
You know, you have to know.
Okay,
But
that
those ones,
feels right.
I mean, where you just, there's a way you put yourself
Yeah.
when you are married. There's a way you carry yourself, you know, with like a battle, you know, you're delicate. Put an effort, as a woman, put an effort to look good for your husband. In such a way, I'm not saying that there are men who use the excuse that my woman doesn't look nice, so I look for other women. I like that other woman. In the office, this woman dresses well, you know. I'm like, but me, I don't go to the office, so I'm always in the house. Doesn't mean I have to wear official in the house so that you can look like the office, the secretary in the office. That's a terrible excuse that some men use. So with that question, it's good for a woman to put effort in looking nice for their husband. there are nice things people can wear to bed and not just wear baggy t-shirts. I know the women who just put extras and I'm breastfeeding, I don't know, I've never breastfed before, to wear Pampers t-shirts and Omo, you know those promotional t-shirts that women wear in the house. Safaricom. I mean, just put effort to look good for your husband. If you love the man, I mean,
you do it.
Put the extra effort to look nice for him. It doesn't mean that if you wear the t-shirt then you are less of a woman or you're not beautiful. More should come from your heart. More should come from your mind than your outward. I might be looking good, so good for my husband in the house, but I'm the most vile woman he lives with. You know. So if you work on yourself, kwanza, internally, before or concurrently with your outward looking, it's more pleasing. I don't know. You guys, what do you think?
Oh, that was a question to you.
I want to know what
but you still have you
I know.
This one can't say
he's
about me. So
him is like my fiance looks nice.
That's 24/7.
Yeah.
Well, as a man, I definitely love when Soila looks good. But I'm also at a realistic place where I can't expect her to always be doing something to look good.
That's true.
You understand? Because looking beautiful is, I think it's work. Kuna ile natural, but kuna ile makeup, uweke nywele, nini. It's so much work, and I've seen it practically. So I like it when she puts the effort, but when she doesn't, I also don't put pressure. Ati muna leo nimetoka nje na nivalia kale ka, you know.
That dress.
You know, I don't just allow the person to be
themselves.
Yeah. But what is important for me is if we are going out, look good. What
do you think of my today's dress code, honey? What do you think of my today's dress code?
Tunatoka mbali.
I just went lazy around. But
so it's an effort for both sides.
Yeah, because even me, I have to put effort. Yes, you can't come in your quarter. No.
Exactly.
I really don't believe in makeup is good if you are going for a shoot. You know, like you are going for an event. But at everyday makeup every day.
It's not
it's not logical.
It's not logical to wear makeup every day. It's not logical. Like when you're going outside and what, but there are times that even you as a woman you want to be like, hey, today I'm just feeling.
You feel yourself and you
I want to do everything, even if we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like there's also that aspect.
Those moments that
Another question that I had was, why do friendships change when people get married?
That's a very good question.
Wow.
Yeah, like when you guys got married, what happened to
you guys? You guys are so deep.
What happened to your single friends?
Because people start feeling, and I experienced this. We got married. People think you are now snobs. You know, those guys, since they got married, they forgot everyone else. It's not that. And even people begin to avoid you. Like me, when we got married, I was like, Kwani, did we tulikosea watu during our wedding or what? Because guys were giving us such a distance. But I came to realize that there's an honor that people give you when you get married. It's a type of let's not disturb them. You know, let's allow them to lay the foundation of that thing. So I used to think people are ignoring us. But I started talking to people and they're like, hey, you know, you guys are married and you're just, hatukutaka kuzoeana na nyinyi. We do want to be familiar with you, so we just want
which is a really good thing.
So it's a good thing. And now it's now up to you as a married couple to begin to now extend, you know, show them that.
Invite people.
Be inviting.